right, so I'm in the laundry. I get back in the laundry, and a young woman walked in. She's doing laundry, and she walked past me. You know, cute. But again, she's young, right? Um, and she walks past me. So I go onto my Facebook page, and I'm like, why is Facebook? Um, when I went onto Facebook, it says, "Welcome to Facebook dating." And I was just like, "Oh, here we go, here we go." So I talk about how they use the honey traps and how they can manipulate people. Like I said, this is why I'm, knowing what I know, you got to be very careful. This is why I tell my sons, particularly my oldest, also that you need to be very careful. That you need to make sure that you give them a consent form, right? And to not date a lot of women. Okay, find yourself, find a woman who is going to get in your program, right? Because again, when they're younger, they'll tell you that they're strong and independent. But as they get older, right, when the reality hits them as they get older, and I'm talking about not old, I'm talking about when they're in their 40s, right? All of a sudden they're gonna be changing their tune. So make sure you get a woman that gets on your program, right? So, but this is what they do. She just walked in here, right? Again, cute, young black female, cute, nice body, you know. And again, wearing some great tight sweats, you know. You know what I'm saying? Very nice body, but again, and then her hair is natural too. So that's to tell you who they will, because I love women who wear their hair natural, and so again, trying to entice you using young women. Honey traps, fellas, don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Um, this is how they engage in, again, the conditioning us, right? And she's looks like she's probably in her 20s, right? But as like I said, I don't date women that are younger than 5 years younger or 5 years older. I may make an exception for older, but 5 years younger, no. You know what I'm saying? 5 years old or younger, I should say. Right? But lately, like I said, they've been sending in some very beautiful young women, right? Amazing bodies, to try to, and then like I said, I realized that this is even when I was younger, they were doing the same thing, right? Sending in, it wasn't that young, we were about the same age, but still, there was always a certain particular type of woman that I run into. Okay. And when you think about it, I'm just like, there's no way that that should be happening like that. But I understand now. All right, studying this program, being able to see the manipulation, being able to understand how this technology used on us is also DNA based, right? To where, and also again, the brain mapping, right, or what is called brain fingerprint, that to identify each and every person's conscious mind. And if they're able to do that, imagine what else they're able to do, right? Imagine if they're able to fingerprint your consciousness. It's like how they fingerprint your fingerprints, right? But your consciousness, that's a different ballgame. We're talking about frequencies. We're talking about energy, right? And how it can be manipulated and controlled, basically using radio wave frequency, even your DNA. Right. So again, a lot of stuff that I'm saying, people may think that it's conspiracy, but it's not. It's not. The evidence is out there. The proof is out there. This is why cell phone is so readily available, right? And also, you look at kids who have cell phones. Like I said, I don't recommend kids under 12 years old having a cell phone, right? Because of the studies that they've done to show that these radio wave frequencies affect our ability, our minds, right? Our cognitive ability, our psychological minds, they're effective, and particularly these things will disrupt your children's learning processes. But uh, just like back in the old, I say back in the old days, but back in the 80s and 90s, television was the main medium in which we get to watch shows and the news. Now we watch these things on this small computer that allow us to talk to each other wirelessly. Think about that, right? And not also wirelessly, but also not also speaking, but also to transmit videos, data wirelessly, right? So, like I said, you got to understand the technology also, right, and the possibilities. And because the vast majority, particularly of people, are not technically um, proficient in terms of understanding technology. Or I should say proficient in terms of understanding technology and its capabilities. Um, you know, we think these things don't exist, right? That only God can do these things, right? Because again, when you have a population of people, particularly black people and black women in particular, because they are the most religious group of all people, of all women also, um, that you can use the technology to manipulate the mind, thinking that God is doing certain things, as well as using, um, what Robert J. Lipton called, you know, um, thought reform tactics and methods, right? Criterias, okay? Particularly when it comes to what is called mystical manipulation. It's a very our emotions. And why do they say black people are the most emotional people? Well, we're not the most emotional people. That's a lie. Right? We're not the most emotional people, but we've been conditioned into being hyper emotional when we do express our emotions. Okay? So, that being said, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.